I think for me personally, best case scenario for a neighborhood I'd like a space in was Chinatown, and was actually surprised that we managed to find one because I kind of like having it in a historic neighborhood with its own character, and I also really want people who go to this venue and the people involved in this venue to realize that we are the outsiders in a very old neighborhood. So the key to longevity and just the right thing to do here is to respect that neighborhood. We all know a few people that go to every show and aren't involved from like Tay and I were originally like that too. Just go to shows as fans and we're interested in supporting bands and stuff like that. And Alex was totally the same sort of vibe. And after a while we kind of realized that we both wanted our own space and decided to start working on that.
He was doing his thing for a full year before I met him. And I messaged him and he came in and he was like, "Oh, I'm Mitch from Art Signified, check me out." And we started drinking beers and being friends, and very quickly realized that we both have like the same idea behind shows.
I met those guys about 2 years ago and I really like what they do, and this is the way I can help them to get to the next level and keep doing this, not starting some day job. Don't do this.
No one's ever got enough time and no one's ever got enough space to do what they want to do. And this is sort of a way for removing that for us and for the people we work with, and hopefully more people too.
When we did PsychFest, we had all these extravagant ideas that we wanted to do. We couldn't do what we wanted to do fully. Like, I mean, we did pretty good, but if we have our own space, we can literally set up for a month and do exactly what we want to do.
I'd kind of like to emulate, I think, what a few other spaces like Zoo Shop or Redgate have done, but to totally have our own spin on it and maybe go beyond that. We'll see what we can do. But at the start, it's just like a space for artists to be able to create and hang out, and for us to turn our ideas into a more concrete reality. Alex named it. It's a Russian word that means east.
Studio East was the first place we tried to get over, but the owner said no.
We had the 2nd year anniversary there, and it was the greatest space ever. And we want this to be the greatest space ever.
And then after Alex named it, because it sounded great, and then I looked up what Vostok means, and it actually was the old Soviet space program for space flights, and the Vostok one was the first ever manned space flight, so it kind of found a meaning later that seemed really appropriate too.
I think like one of the really neat parts about this space for me is that I could do an art show here and stuff, and there isn't a lot of venues right now where people and like our friends can do small shows.
Yeah.
And this is going to really open a lot of opportunities for other people in the community aside from just Art Signified and the shows that you guys have been putting on. And I find that really cool. Like once Salmon Derby was gone, that closed a bit of a door there for smaller shows like the Little Not Your Scene film screening or
and even
art
like
shows.
when Marina did her little just art show. Like there was just an art show.
Like, because right now, Chapel Arts is gone. One of the neatest parts about this space being created for me is that it'll open a lot of opportunities for other like artists and people in the scene.
How many venues and galleries or whatever can you go to and they'll just say you can do whatever you want here?
Yeah.
Is there even one that does it? And that's what we want to do.
Or Studio East.
Being able to do art and music in a space is really difficult. Usually it's either a music venue or it's an art gallery.
Everyone's like really capitalistic.
I don't think if anyone ever comes to us and says, we have this idea, we want to do it, we say you can't do it. We'll say, how do we make that happen?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, if they got the same vision that we have, then go for it.
The most unbelievable thing for us is that there's been people stopping by every single night without fail, just offering to help. And that's actually been pretty crazy. It's actually literally been every single night people have come by to help without us even asking a lot of the time. So pretty stoked on that whole thing. We've had people staying here till like 2 a.m. with us to help, which is crazy because they have jobs too. Some of them.
It's amazing. That's one thought I could say, yeah. I really appreciate you guys, especially James.
The only way we got to where we are as far as being known for promoting and putting on shows in the city is because people who had their foot in the door more so than us took a chance on us and trusted us to put on certain events. So we can't be exclusive to or skeptical of newcomers coming through. So we really need to extend the same courtesy that was extended to us and treat people with that respect that we got, because we wouldn't have this space had people not given us other opportunities in the past.
I don't know, you just gotta support like your friends, your bands, your community, or else they're not gonna support you. So.
So that sums up most of it.